Hi everyone, I am Dan Zeneri, 20 years old. I live in Purok de Poblacion, Valencia City, Bukidnon. So today, I'm gonna discuss about the difference between content-based and outcomes-based education. So what are the differences between content-based and outcomes-based education? So, education is a dynamic field that continuously evolves to meet the needs of students and society. So there are two prominent approaches in educational philosophy. These are a content-based education and outcomes-based education, or the OBE. So, understanding the distinctions between these methodologies is crucial for educators, policymakers, and stakeholders in the educational system. This report will explore the characteristics, advantages, challenges, and implications of both approaches. So these are the benefits of the outcomes-based education. First is enhanced engagement. Enhanced engagement, active learning strategies encourage student participation and investment in their education. Second is development of critical skills. It is prepare students for real-world challenges by fostering skills such as collaboration, communication, and adaptability. And the third one is the personalized learning experience. It allows educators to tailor instructions based on individual student needs and learning styles. And the last one is the clear goals. OBE establishes specific measurable outcomes, providing clarity on what students are expected to learn and achieve by the end of the course. Outcomes-based education shifts the focus from what is taught to what students are expected to learn and demonstrate. This approach emphasizes measurable outcomes that reflects students' abilities to apply knowledge in real-world situations. OBE is inherently learner-centered, promoting active participation and critical thinking. In an outcomes-based education or OBE system, students' progress is assessed through a variety of methods designed to measure specific learning outcomes. So the first one is the clear learning outcomes. It is assessments aligned with well-defined, measurable objectives and ensuring clarity in what students are expected to achieve. The second one is the formative assessments. It is a continuous assessments such as quizzes, projects, and peer evaluations. Provide ongoing feedback, allowing educators to monitor student understanding and adjust instruction accordingly. The third one is authentic assessments. Task reflects real-world scenarios where students apply their knowledge and skills, demonstrating their competences in practical contexts. So the last one is the rubrics and criteria. So the clear rubrics outline and performance standards can help both instructors and students understand expectations in areas for improvement. So these are the tips on how different stakeholders such as students, parents, and teachers can get involved and support the transition. So the students can involve in engagement. It can actively participate in discussions about learning outcomes and express their goals. The second one is the parents. Parents can involve in communication. So the parents can involve in communication. Maintain open lines of communication with teachers to understand learning outcomes and how they can support their children at home. So the teachers can get involved in professional development. It can engage in training sessions to enhance understanding of OBE principles and assessment methods. So, in summary, a content-based education and outcomes-based education represent two distinct approaches to teaching and learning. While CBE focuses on delivering a specific body of knowledge through traditional methods, and the OBE emphasizes achieving measurable outcomes that prepare students for real-world applications. That's all everyone. Thank you for listening. Please like and share this video. Thanks.